comes from. So I know his familiarity with this game is maybe about a month at this point. Oh, RenHero finding another whammy in
Yeah,
Crash.
absolutely. And nobody wants to start with Crash Man. Nobody.
And RenHero finds whammy number 2. So he knows where both the whammies are on our board. A little impromptu game of pressure luck. And RenHero hitting 2 whammies right off the bat.
And we've got what sounds like Ninja Gaiden music here in Flashman stage.
You are correct.
And RenHero
2, to be specific.
Yeah. And RenHero finding that the moles, while not Buster immune, take a lot of hits from the Mega Buster there in Metal Man stage, down to less than half health. But depending on the enemy assortment here in the second half of Metal Man stage, might be okay.
Oh, Metal Man's a stage that can be rough. If we get discount Metroids, shrimp are not.
Almost. Oh, and they're the crabs. So the seafood being the bane of RenHero's existence here.
Yeah, it looks like the seafood buffet. And of course, the first thing that Alan sees right after he dies is a large energy pickup. And it's like, thanks, game. I could have used that a little bit earlier than you wanted to give it to me. But Alan is going to have to be careful because the way the crabs work, they will spawn behind you, then in front of you, and alternate. So if he tries to jump with a crab that's going to spawn in front of him, he will get smacked.
And RenHero just had what was probably the easiest Crash Man ever there. I don't think Crash Man, jumped or fired a single Crash Bomb.
Well, Crash Man can do that from time to time, where he's just like, you know what? He pulls the old Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And he just kind of opts out of, alright. Yeah, the other 7 will get rid of him. So, Lazy Man shows up. Alan having a much friendlier bubble, but it looks like opting for the safety sludge. So Alan should be able to finish off Bubble Man here.
And does so. RenHero here in the hot dogs in Woodman stage. These are not randomized. They will always be here in Woodman stage.
And it looks like Alan's prayers have been answered. That's an item 2.
There we go.
Metal Man stage. So Alan definitely got to be feeling good about that. Oh no.
Yeah, the hard hats there on those platforms in Airman stage are not what anybody wants to see, and it looks like they are Buster immune. And RenHero taking a death in Woodman.
Well, those pea shooters are not apparently to be trifled with, but it looks like Alan trying his best to hold on. Pause buffering. Can he get... Yeah, he'll be able to make it back to the other platform. Oh, no!
But not this time.
Oh, not expecting to get blasted straight away again. Oh, that's going to be a game over for Alan, but not the worst. Should be able to recover from it. Actually,
RenHero
out, which is not a bad idea.
No, not at all. RenHero did figure out that the Mets are susceptible to the Air Buster, so that will certainly help RenHero out when RenHero gets to Airman stage.
Well, Metal Crushers, one shot, one-hitter quitters on the Metal Crushers, so that'll help out Alan get through this stage. Alan kind of panic jumping, thinking the Metal Crusher would go down through the floor.
All right, we'll see who is awaiting here in Woodman stage for RenHero. And the Robot Master is Woodman. Is this even randomized?
Oh, some of it is, at least.
Oh, the Mega Buster owning Woodman here. RenHero is out of there fast.
That was pretty good. So let's see if Alan can keep the top side going here. It looks like he should... Oh, discount Metroid's showing up when you don't want him to. But it looks like Alan going to pick up the E-Tank, should run over and smack the wall real quick with the Buster. As RenHero catching the Met, not quite expecting it. Let's see if RenHero is able to deal with this trap, as it were. Air Shooter doesn't seem to be effective at all, as RenHero getting deposited into the abyss a second time, and also taking a death on the Airman stage.
And RenHero finding the Quickman stage here. Not a tough stage by any means, depending on, of course, the enemy randomization. And we got some Bionic Commando going on here in the Quickman stage.
Ooh, Metal Crusher impeding RenHero. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem as he's through the first section. Alan into Crashman stage. Not the worst enemy setup. This item, too, if he knows how to use it, can definitely help him in the elevator sections.
Alright, RenHero going through the beam section. Anybody who runs this game probably not going to have too much trouble with the beam sections, but there's always that chance that you have one missed input, and that will be the end of you in this particular section.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate truth that, you know, it does happen. Alan could have item 2'd right there before the platform goes to... When it goes up and then to the right, you can use item 2 there and sail it across. As
yeah,
I would
opting not to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not understand that. You know, obviously, you know, you think, well, maybe they're saving it for the rest of the stage, but it should have plenty of weapon energy, as we have another non-randomized boss. We have Quickman in Quickman stage.
Ooh, this is going to be a bit of a brawl. It looks like RenHero, yeah, going to use the safety sludge. I wasn't sure if he was just going to resign himself to his fate, or he's using the air shooter, which I'm debating the effectiveness of, but RenHero got through the fight, and that's what counts.
Meanwhile, TheAlanHeffley heading on up to the Clash Crime and taking the left side as well.
Yeah, I think I would actually go up the left side seeing that.
Yeah, because there's no way you're getting through that unless you have the leaf shield, and even then it would be slow.
And I believe Alan does have it.
Oh, nicely done there, getting through the frog and the tadpole. Ooh, left side here looking bad. Yeah, he's going to take a hit there. Yeah, oh.
Alright, so this is where you got to go digging for your items here. Or just remove the problem.
Yeah. I the first time through, I was assuming that Alan had tried the Buster and it didn't work.
I thought as well. That he hit the frogs and it wasn't effective. Oh, Lightning Lord just kind of getting in the way. But TheAlanHeffley at the boss gate for Crashman, so...
It's always good to get that stage out of the way. It is the longest of the 8 Robot Master stages. Finds Heatman here, and the Mega Buster looks like it is doing a bang-up job of taking out the Heat Lord here.
Yeah, Alan just kind of has to watch his spacing. He's got 2 more to go. Oh no!
And oh,
2 E-tanks, that's all I'm gonna say. The Buster doing 4 points of damage to 4 of the bosses, one of them thankfully being Heatman. So Alan just dumpstering Heatman this time around. A little sloppy the first time, but Crashman's stage is done. Heatman's no longer a boss that matters. Alan into Bubble Man.
and RenHero taking out Bubble Man there in Metal Man stage very quickly, relatively easily. Meanwhile, do not adjust your stream. It's just that no streaming software can compete with the Bubble Man waterfall, no matter what color the waterfall is.
Yeah. Ooh, bird droppings. That could be problematic if, well, RenHero opting to use item 2 to expedite himself through the beginning of the Bubble Man stage.
And why not? There's really no other place where the item is incredibly useful, so knock it off. You're going to get a... Or go ahead and knock it out, because you're going to get a refill when you complete the stage anyway.
It's possible that it could be used once you get outside of the water.
Fair.
RenHero being a little too adventurous with the item 2, seeing the shrimp, and this is going to be an endless shrimp onslaught, not even a buffet. It's just, you opted for the shrimp, alright, we're coming plate after plate. It looks like you touched the first one of that plate, alright, we got the next one ready for you, here it comes.
It's like Red Lobster's endless shrimp.
See, right here is where I'm talking about where Alan is, where you could set up an item 2 to get through this part of the stage. But with the birds, this stage is kind of for the birds.
Yes, indeed. Okay, we got Airman in Bubble Man's spot. The physics here could make it a little problematic, but that's a nice pattern there from Airman. Yeah, Airman's being a little bit of a bro here, but the Mega Buster not doing a terribly big amount of damage, but it doesn't matter. TheAlanHeffley is done with Airman.
Yeah, a little gun-shy on when he had the opening. So we'll see if RenHero's getting a much worse pattern.
Indeed.
Blocking the immediate access.
And that's why Ren is looking for an alternate weapon.
So this is part of what can happen in the Bubble Man stage for the jumpy robot masters.
But they crash bomb there, completely obliterating Airman, and RenHero is through. Also picks up item 3 for their troubles. And is on to the Crashman stage.
Alright, so Alan has a chance of making up some time here. He did get a little close encounter of the Metal Crusher kind, so hopefully he's able to find a power-up. We'll see if RenHero can use his item to... Well, actually he has all of the items, so should be item 1 for RenHero to get through this crash, or as you like to call it, clash crime. And to be honest, I don't disagree.
Yeah, it is pretty much criminal. And TheAlanHeffley almost making a big mistake there in the beam section, but redeems himself. And moving on here, okay, he's just going to go through, possibly just take a death on the Robot Master here. I'm assuming that he has enough lives to not get a game over.
Has 3 E-tanks and lives in reserve, so maybe he finds that, well, that I was hoping he was going to score a hit first before just getting immediately bulldozed by Quickman. Yeah,
the Mega Buster, not the greatest weapon here to use. Trying the Atomic Fire, not working too well. Air Buster, though, does work very well. Gonna go ahead and use an E-Tank here. Can't say I really blame Alan for that. Let's see how RenHero handles the frogs here on the left side.
Well, not testing them, so we'll see how Ren deals with this little... Oh, yeah, he's just going to shoot him, so...
Yep.
Just going, wait, there's a problem here? Alright, let me...
right.
Yeah, Buster, done. Thank you for playing.
Right. And the item 1's there showing you some of the randomization here. The behavior of item 1 is randomized sometimes, just like as we're seeing here in this seed. The item 1 will just stay there, stationary, and will not rise like it does in vanilla.
Yeah, how long it stays there is also randomized, among other things. How much energy it uses is also randomized to some extent. But RenHero should have little problem.
Oh my word! Did you see damage from that Air Buster?
Yeah, Air Shooter doing some work on just extinguishing that fire immediately.
Which, that is very interesting to me because the Mega Buster was doing 4 ticks of damage. And RenHero said, you know what, I'm still going to switch weapons just to see. And my god, was the Air Buster... the right choice there. Now these Changi makers here could have been extremely problematic. RenHero doing a great job of getting through them so far, knock wood.
Yeah, not like commentators can curse anything. But...
No, not at all. It's commentators correctly.
Exactly. So RenHero opting to just use the item 1 and not deal with the Changi maker that's going to be on the other side.
Yeah, that was the smart stuff right there. Knowing it was likely to be a Changi maker and just saying, you know what, I'm going to take care of this right now.
Uh-oh. Did I accidentally pause my stream?
I don't know, but TheAlanHeffley is making it through the last part of Woodman stage, taking a big hit from the tin cans here, and a death from the tin cans. Those do a significant amount of damage. Gonna have to start back over.
Well, I can hear you just fine, but unfortunately, my stream gonna have to serve up a dish of Resetti spaghetti here.
That's all right. RenHero using item 2. Did he get it low enough to get the 1-up? Yes, he did. RenHero is through the Yoku blocks in Heatman stage. The head-on see which Robot Master awaits him at the end of Heatman stage, where TheAlanHeffley making it through Woodman stage, finding that the quick boomerang is the answer to this section here.
Ooh, picking up a large energy drop, so definitely going to help Alan going forward to the last little segment of the stage.
Ren finding that while Crash Bomb is a weakness for Metal Man here, it only does one or 2 ticks of damage. That's not going to help out here. But the Leaf Shield is the answer. And Metal Man is wrecked by the Leaf Shield. TheAlanHeffley is... Go ahead.
Doing a pretty good job of finding boss weaknesses. I'm not too thrilled that he's switching off of the Buster sometimes, but, you know, you roll the dice and sometimes you kind of win. And this is one of those times. Alan's going to opt for the E-Tank against Woodman and guaranteeing the win.
Yeah, Alan, I think, is out of lives, so I think that's why they opted to go ahead and use the E-Tank there so they could go ahead and complete the stage. And now it is... Alan is headed to his Achilles heel, the Heatman stage, but luckily he's got all 3 items. So this should be a much different story than our last race.
Now, if I were Alan and out of lives here, I would kind of tactical int and take a lava bath just to reset my lives. It costs all of 5 seconds to do it, but if you
and there it is
later on in the stage, it's just that much more time that you're kind of throwing away. But live and learn.
And Ren is making it through the airman stage now that they noped out of earlier, but taking on the Joes and the armors. This is RenHero's last stage before Eyebrows of Doom.
Yeah, he's doing much better than he was last time. I believe 22.5 minutes where we saw Wily in game 1 of the match. He's on pace to finish around 22 minutes if everything goes well, possibly a little beforehand. So he's ahead of the curve that he established in game 1. Alan making his way through Heatman, so gonna be a little bit behind as he still will have to deal with the airman stage. But Alan through the first half.
Flashman being a bit of a Richard Cranium here, not being terribly cooperative here. Ren trying to find the alternate weakness, is not finding it. Yep, does use the energy tank here. I was questioning whether or not that would occur. He does have 5 lives.
Well, this is why kind of searching is not the best option, in my opinion. I can't say professional as... Well, when it comes to commentating, I'll definitely say I'm a professional. Running Mega Man 2 Randomizer, not so much. But the best eyebrows in gaming, for those who may have missed it, on RenHero's side, we should see them within a couple minutes for RenHeffley's side of things. Maybe weren't around for game 1, but a game we like to play, since most everything is randomized in the randomizer. We like to guess the color of the dragon at the end of the Wily 1 stage, and for a little bit of a bonus, you can have a stab at what weakness the dragon will have as well. One hint, it won't be time stop.
I'm gonna guess I'm gonna guess vanilla quick boomerang here on this particular one, and colors. Let's say red and yellow.
Red and yellow. Interesting.
Hulk Hogan colors. What you gonna do, brother? Alright.
Alright, well, I'm gonna say it's the bubble lead until it isn't. And I haven't seen the bubble lead yet, so I'm gonna stick with that. However, I'm gonna say... I'm deciding on if it's Barbie or Barney for the ugly color palette. I'm thinking it's either going to be pink. You know what? I'm going to go pink with purple. I'm just going to smash them both together and see what kind of train wreck ensues.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, wow. Alright, so RenHeffley going to have to finish up the airman stage here while RenHero is we're about to get our answer on the Dragon today. And the answer is... blue and yellow. So I was close. There's some orange in there, so there's definitely some red on the RGB.
That looks like dumpster fire yellow. Oh, no bubble
Your
lead.
bubble lead guess was absolutely wrong, as was my quick boomerang guess.
RenHero finding the crash bomb.
Yeah, Not the best weakness, but it is working. Gonna go ahead and use another energy tank. Ooh. I don't know about that. Now, there are a couple energy tanks that they can get in the rest of the Wily stages, but...
Well, he'll pick one up right away, so... Oh, Alan getting plonked. This is where you gotta use item 2. Get up high, use the item 2, and float through this stage for Alan. He's finding the quick boomerang, but right here, just use the quick item 2 and just opt out of the first half of this stage. There's nothing that would stop the item 2 from bypassing this part of the stage.
Yeah, the pause buffer works there, but with the Mets, I'm kind of with you. Bypass this, so you just don't even have to deal with it.
As RenHero looking to figure out the crash wall weakness. Ah, there we go. Alan using the 2. Could have used it earlier in the stage, but...
And we found out that the leaf shield is the answer to the crash wall conundrum. And Ren just going to have to take some damage here to get past the tin cans.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate enemy to have show up in that small little corridor, because the spot you can hit him is above where you can actually access. You know.
Yeah, then RenHero with 7 lives and 3 energy tanks. That is a heck of a thing to have in Wily 2.
7 lives can be a blessing and a curse, unfortunately. You get to the alien, for example, and oopsie daisy your energy. That's gonna suck, having to burn off all those lives. You know, just a public service announcement that conservation of lives, not always the correct answer.
Oh, so the bubble lead is a weakness for Pika Pika-kun here, but it is not a terribly great answer, but the atomic fire seems to be a much better answer.
Yeah, RenHero found what he was looking for and decides, okay, I can opt into this fight now. I'm going to use an E-tank and finish this fight off. He will have to switch back. The charged heat not going to see him through to the end. And this is part of why I think it's dangerous. The bubble lead... Jeez, what a terrible arc on it.
Yeah, it's bad. That's yet another thing that is randomized here, the behavior of the bubble lead. But yeah, that was tough. But as you mentioned, I mean, now he is out of atomic fire, and if that is a weakness for any of the other bosses here, it's going to be problematic for RenHero.
Well, there are opportunities to pick up weapon energy, like we're seeing right here. And he'll drop down to the next screen, pick up another one.
And possibly a third. Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, he's going to opt into the third one as well, so... Gonna take a full pit stop here at the beginning of Wily 3. And Alan making his way into the Wily stages, about 6.5 minutes behind for Alan. If Alan can get through Wily 1 with little issue, and it looks like he's just firing those boomerangs.
Yeah, those boomerangs absolutely wrecking the roosters.
But I saw something that's a little distressing on Alan's side. That E-Tank number is not where I'd like it to be. It's already at 0, which means he's going to have to take on Wily 1 without the benefit of any safety sludge.
And RenHero over here at the Guts tank. Welcome back from Mega Man 1, Guts Man. The Mega Buster is not the answer, but the Quick Boomerang is, and it wrecks the Guts tank.
Yeah, so that's a good find for RenHero as Alan takes on the Endless Wing Buffet here in Wily 1. He's going to have to think of something to get through this bat. There we go. Metal Blade. Oh, and the damn power-up zips into the wall. What a shame.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see.
No, not at all. Especially when, you know, your HP is at such a premium right now. You have no safety blanket, as it were. So Alan in a bit of trouble here. Does have 1 life left, but I'd like to see him at least get to Wily 2 before...
Oh, and an error there with the item 1 falls off the ladder. Yeah, the issue here for Alan as well is going to be, can Alan get the weakness for the dragon quickly? Having to use some extra item 1s there due to the fact that they do not rise, and oh, this is ugly.
Gonna have to use Time Stopper here to get through this madness. Oh, he's actually
bubble lead.
Bubble lead, but
oh no!
No. Yeah, getting swamped by the toothpaste dispenser. If the Bubble Lad had a better arc to it, he might have been... He had the right thought pattern to get an item that arced upward. The Bubble Lead worked, but unfortunately not well enough.
How is Alan going to be looking here on item 1? Okay, he's got more than half, so should be fine. Yep.
He should place the item 1 a little higher and space them. Yeah, he should, yeah. He should have enough for another go at this. But this should be a flash stop usage, and there it is.
And there it is, yep. Meanwhile, RenHero about to head into the Boo Beam trap.
Spam that flash stopper. Get through. Alright, Alan making it through.
So we know that the Leaf Shield will take out the crash walls, but what item are the Boo Beam traps themselves actually going to be weak to?
Well, it can't be the Leaf Shooter, because the Leaf Shield, since we know that as the wall weakness... Ooh, Metal Blade!
Yeah, very nice.
Super awesome turret weakness, so I don't think he actually needed to hit any of those turrets. Could have just item 1'd up to the middle platform and worked his way around, but RenHero threw the Boo Beam turrets and into the refights.
TheAlanHeffley trying to figure out the weakness for the dragon. Looks like Metal Blade was a weakness. We did not know that before, and that is a dead dragon for TheAlanHeffley.
Yeah, Alan into Wily 2, so a better run for Alan this time around. RenHero struggling a little bit more than I think he bargained for. He knew the air shooter was the weakness, but Quickman not having any of it. I believe the same for Heatman here.
And look at this. 2-shot air shooter, dead Heatman, absolutely wrecked.
And Alan checking the crash walls. This is interesting. Not going to be Time Stopper.
Yeah, not going to be Time Stopper. But, you know, obviously, you know, one thing we do point out is that the items are even randomized in your item menu, so you do not know beforehand what item you're selecting. You kind of have to remember that, and that
was an interesting strategy from Alan. Unfortunately, he's going to opt out of this E-Tank.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice.
So, trading a little bit of information, but I'm not sure I like the cost that Alan paid for it. And finding the quick boomerang to dismember these tin cans in the hallway. Just gonna get zonked there, unfortunately. But Alan making his way through. Wily.
Ren having a little bit of trouble with a couple of the refights here. Woodman was not a problem. Looks like Bubbleman is also not going to be a problem. It is not.
Well, all I know is the 420 dream is dead with the 5th non-Buster weak Wily machine. I was up to 4 and 15, I believe. 4 and 16. So now I'm at 5 and 16. We'll see how that...
Oh, and there it is. Buster weak Wily machine. RenHero, got to be careful here, down to less than half health. Switching off to refill the item, going back to the Buster, and I think he's got this. Yes.
Yeah.
And Heffley taking a death there to Pico Con. And a game over. Oh, no.
Yeah, I think he just flat out underestimated how much damage the Picotan blocks do when you get bodied by them. Definitely not the accepted strategy of getting bodied by most anything in this game. But RenHero doing the correct thing, going to the right. Now, he does not know that he's way ahead, but even if you aren't way ahead, the correct answer is always drop to the right, figure out what the alien weakness is, and then pick up those power-ups. RenHero, I think, has 15 extra guys at this point, it feels like. So that will not be a factor. I think they've multiplied with interest.
And there it is. It's the air shooter is the weakness. This is going to be very fast. And it is. End of the line. GG's RenHero. Wily has been defeated. RenHero finishes with an official SRL time of 37 minutes, 15 seconds. And takes this match 2-0. GG's to RenHero here.
Yeah, absolutely. RenHero will move to 1-0, tied with 2% Chungus at the top of Group D. TheAlanHeffley unfortunately falling to 0-2 with this loss.
And we are joined by RenHero. GG's.
Uh-oh.
And we are no longer joined by RenHero. Oh no, he can't hear us. Uh-oh. How about now, sir? Can you hear us?
Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
There you are. Welcome, sir. GG's to you.
Thank you, GG's. That was something.
A little rough. Yeah, that's for sure.
Let's call it something.
It was definitely a thing that happened.
Yes.
Yes.
A thing that happened.
At the end of the day, you do emerge victorious, so... You know, all things considered, can't be bad.
Yeah, no, definitely happy with the outcome.
So what were your thoughts on the way these seeds turned out? How about that item 2 in Heatman stage in the first seed?
That was unfriendly. Not a fan of not having item 2. I can do Yoku's. I am prone to choking. I will take any emergency blanket I can take.
I do not blame you for that. That was definitely your opponent's Achilles heel in the first race. TheAlanHeffley had some severe issues with those Yoku blocks. The fact that you were a little bit more practiced than your opponent there was a significant difference in that first race. So one thing I noticed, and again, I'm going back to the first race here, is that in Wily 3, you had to spend a significant time getting some weapon energy for your crash bombs. At that point, were you concerned about being behind? Did that stress you out there?
Yeah, I did get a little tilted. I didn't end up finding what the second weakness was, or whatever it was. I glossed over it. So, yeah, that was a really weird one to the Great Excavator, as I'm now calling him, and I hope you will too. Yeah, no, that was unpleasant, but one of the things I'm trying to kind of keep like a mantra: if it's happening to me, it's the same seed. Maybe he'll have trouble with it or something else. Just clear your head, get your energy back, give it another shot.
Yeah, no, although I do not race this particular game, I'm more of a vanilla runner of this game, and I use that term loosely. But I do run Link to the Past randomizer, and that's one of the things. Is like until you see your opponent done, there's there's always a chance, right?
That's exactly it.
Frico, what other observations do you have here for our victor here today?
That really kind of covered it. The real sticking point that I saw was that the Yoku block section in Heatman causing both of the runners trouble. Is that something that you plan on kind of practicing just in case when you have that item 2 locked away?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I'm going to go back and hit up again. I thought I had it down pat, but clearly a couple issues with that, so just give it another shot. Our kind administrator, Charlie Boy, has an excellent series of tutorial videos, one of which is on that set of Yoku blocks, so give that another couple watches, and yeah, just chip away at it for a bit until I feel confident enough to try that again.
Well, it is definitely something that's going to kneecap a couple runners when it comes to... Surprise! This is not the most friendly seed, but the other thing that I saw was opting out of Airman. Was that just one of those things where it's like, alright, I don't deal with these Mets and get me out of here?
Yeah, the weapon selection I had available was a little weak, so I figured, I'll skip it. I'll come back to it later, hopefully with something that'll clear it fairly quickly. And ended up settling on the Time Stopper, which did pretty good work of the first half of that stage.
Wow. Alan finding the quick boomerang and just annihilating the Guts tank with it.
That's always a good feeling, particularly when it's so close to vanilla.
Yeah.
So RenHero heading into Purple Hell, although it's a different color this seed. It's Green Hell this seed.
Yeah, we get the 1980 green refrigerator hell.
This is like puke green.
Yeah, it's almost 70s appliances green.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, you're talking to somebody who was born in the 70s. Watch it. No, I'm just kidding. But Ren, you improved to 1-0 in the group here. Very nicely done. What's your plan going forward?
Practice a little more and just reach out to the rest of the group. So 2% Chungus and Gaming While Dad, and hopefully we can get these matches on the calendar and sorted away soon, so we can eventually proceed to the elimination bracket.
So Ren, how long have you been playing this particular randomizer, and are you a runner of the vanilla game?
Randomizer, I learned about it during the very first tournament 2 years ago, and kind of started picking it up then. I never really ran the, let's say, not a speed runner. I might be a sloth runner or a casual runner of Mega Man 2 Vanilla, but it's one of the games that I had as a kid, so definitely have played my fair share of it.
Absolutely. I have attempted to run seeds of the randomizer. I would say I'm a casual runner of the vanilla game on US version difficulty.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
yeah, but I have tried a couple seeds of the randomizer and nope. Gonna have to grind some more to be at any remotely good level here. But this is a fantastic randomizer. Just some of the interesting things you can see here, particularly the properties of the items and properties of certain weapons like bubble lead and the quick boomerang make it a different experience every time, which is the whole point of randomizers.
Yeah, the best piece of advice I can give on approaching this randomizer, well, I guess any randomizer really, is that you don't really treat it as a platformer or an action game or what it used to be. It's a puzzle game. You don't have the tools you're expecting to have available to you, so you kind of have to make do with what you've got and find a way through as best as you can.
So RenHero is through the elevator section of Wily 4, heading out to the Joes here, and then heading over to Boo Beam Trap. How about that air shooter being, and Metal Blade being the two weaknesses of Boo Beam Trap in this particular randomizer?
That was pretty pleasant. Any time you don't have to go fishing for weaknesses is great. I'm a fan of air shooter weakness in the Boo Beam stage because I like to go for what I call the twofer. Anytime you can kill more than one thing at once is fantastic.
Absolutely. And that was great going through the first time that you were able to just destroy the Boo Beam Trap, and both times didn't have to really worry about the crash blocks too terribly much.
Yeah, I knew what the weaknesses were going in because I felt like I needed the E-tanks earlier on. So I figure I'll make the detour and learn that, but yeah. It's a good thing to fall back on. If you have to fish for weaknesses, the less walls in the way makes it a little easier.
Well, Alan finding the metal blade, so should be able to get through. Weapon energy won't be an issue. So Alan is into the refights. One thing I want to ask about, and it's a semi-pet peeve of mine. When you're in the Heatman stage, do you ever make an attempt to hit the crash walls that are there?
It depends on the enemies that show up. If it's something that I can clear without wasting too much time and kind of just keep the screen scrolling, I tend to kind of just keep going. But if it's something that I've got to maneuver carefully around or take the time to go through, yeah, I'll take a bit of time to see if I can fish out a weakness.
And Alan having a little bit of trouble there with Quickman in the refights. Air shooter being one of the weaknesses. I don't know if we ever found out what Quickman's other weakness was.
Oh, we could look at the grid at the end.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's well past that point on RenHero's screen. Alan gonna look at Heatman, and it looks like just opting for the Buster. I believe you used the air shooter to get rid of him.
Yep.
Yeah, 2-shot air shooter for Heatman. That had to be the dream.
It was pretty great.
Do you normally fish for the Robot Master weaknesses like that, or is it not customary?
I usually do. If it's not weak to Buster, then I'll try something out just to see if I can find something that'll kill it a little quicker, because I might the time I spend menuing on the initial fight might be lost in the extra time it takes. But if I can speed up the refights, then especially if it's a boss that has an annoying behavior or walls, rotating shield walls that do not disappear, let's say. Yeah, it's something that'll make it easier.
And because it looked like Heatman was one of the weaker Buster robot masters, and I was surprised to see you opt out of the 7-cycle Heatman, although you did find the air shooter.
Had I not found the weakness as quickly as I did, I would have probably gone back to the Buster. But yeah, that's one of the ones where even if you get the 7-shot weakness, it still takes a while, especially if it's a slow charge Heatman.
Alan up against his nemesis here in Bubble Man. Well, hopefully, oh no.
Ooh.
Still in it, though. I believe Bubble Man and one more Robot Master remaining. So Alan should be able to finish this one out.
Yeah, Bubble Man both times was a little bit hug happy.
Yeah, that was kind of him for about 2 seconds, and then when I started taking damage, no more, sir.
Yeah, you're just like, no, please, social distancing. Please stay 6 feet away. One thing I was surprised, I believe you can bounce him around with the Metal Blade.
Yeah, I think there's a few weapons where it'll reset his jump. I had one, I think, half the time he decided to re-jump, but yeah, I don't know if it's always with the Metal Blade, but it seems pretty consistent, and you can usually get a good pattern out of that.
Oh no, RenHero taking a death and is going to a game over, is going to have to redo all of the refights.
Oh, that's a shame. Now, one of the things that I usually advocate is trying to keep at least one energy tank for this section because of how painful it is to end up taking a game over. The dragon is definitely one of the bigger time sinks, but unfortunately losing out to the robot masters and taking a game over is probably the single worst loss of time as Alan goes back into the refight.
Yeah, and Alan was almost done with the refights at that time too, so that is like the worst spot to take a game over.
Yeah, it was on his last one.
Yeah, I would actually go out and say if you can get 2 E-tanks on this, one for the refight and one just in case Wily's not Buster weak.
Well, if I'm doing commentary, there's like a 15 to 17% chance that the Buster is not going to be the correct answer for the Wily machine. And I was actually surprised that finally got one in game 1, where you had to look a little bit to figure out how to dismantle the Wily machine.
Yeah, you don't always like seeing that, but at the same time, it's a little refreshing. It's like, oh, he's finally not weak to citrus.
Yeah, Lemon's not gonna do it. So I guess the question is, was there anything that you felt you did good in this seed? Like, okay, I handled this particular element of things better than perhaps you've done in the past.
I think my E-tank usage was pretty solid. Watching a lot of the races earlier this month, I don't know how many times it's like, should we gamble? Are we going to be greedy and see if we can squeak out the win without using an E-tank, save it for later? And more often than not, it does not pay off. So I think more liberal use of E-tanks just to keep the attempts going and not really wasting any of them, just using them, I think, at all the right times served me quite well.
And that is, this is only the second race I've commentated, but what I will say is that in both of those races that I've commentated so far, the judicious use of energy tanks has been a significant difference in both of those races.
Well, unfortunately for Alan, he's in a bad spot because he doesn't have any E-tanks left. He's kind of a little too gung-ho with using the E-tanks, plus he actually opted out of an E-tank as well. So Alan actually developing a way to get through Metal Man, the final Robot Master, using the quick boomerang. That's an interesting strategy, to just have him bounce back and forth, only throwing one metal blade. So Alan into the Wily Machine, and he'll find that he should be able to manage this.
Ooh, this is not going well. Oh, God.
Oh,
no! And a game over. Oh, no.
Now, I'd actually try to start doing this backward if I were Alan, and go right to left, because he is struggling so heavily with the Robot Masters on the right side that if you do ending up getting beat up a little bit, and I think we may have a forfeit here.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. RenHero has forfeited for the race. He's going to opt out of the interview, which I completely understand here. But absolutely a valiant effort by Alan. And again, you can't fault somebody for coming in here, giving their best, making the attempt, and being willing to be seen in front of the world and everybody here, even if it's in a losing effort. But mad props to RenHero for attempting to finish the seed. But of course, can't blame somebody with that much difficulty there at the end in the refights, and when you've already lost. So GG's to RenHero, and of course, GG's to our winner here today, RenHero, 2-0 over the RenHero. Before we sign off here, RenHero, anything else you'd like to say to the community and to everybody watching here?
Just thanks for coming out. Thanks you, Frico and Phantom Ryu, for the commentary. Thank you, 2% Chungus, for the tracking. Very underappreciated role. Doesn't get enough shout-outs. And he's been a trooper. He's been doing this almost every single time that I've seen the race. So
yeah, that is you're absolutely right that's kind of an unsung role here. The trackers, particularly when in a randomizer, it is vitally important for the viewers to know what each runner has completed and where they are in the seed. And without that information and accurate tracking, these presentations wouldn't be remotely as good as they are. So glad that you shouted out the tracker here, because that's absolutely vital to what we do here in these randomizer streams. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this presentation of the Mega Man 2 Randomizer Tournament race. I have been Phantom Ryu. Thank you so much for your attention here today. And as always, if you'd enjoyed what you saw here today, and how could you not have been, please be sure to give these runners a follow here on Twitch. They've been putting in hard work for your entertainment. And I will give the last word today to my commentary partner here, Frico. Thank you so much for your attention here. This is Phantom Ryu signing off. Frico, back to you to close this out.
Alright, a couple people that I want to give thanks to. I know it's not Thanksgiving, but why not? Let's, the unsung hero of all of this, 2% Chungus. I think finally getting the recognition that he deserves, as I tend to go out of my way to make sure the trackers are accounted for when I do commentary, as they unfortunately don't get a voice, and they are a pretty big factor in the presentation all the same. Duckfist and Charlie Boy for making the randomizer and the tournament to have the randomizer be featured in, as well as the runners and Phantom Ryu for joining me tonight. I think that's about it for me. So on behalf of Phantom Ryu, 2% Chungus, and everybody else, have a good night, everybody.